Hello, I am Dr. Harini Sreedharan, consultant neonatologist and pediatrician at Mazumdar Shaw Medical Center, Narayana Health City, Bomsandra, Bangalore. We are going to be celebrating the National Newborn Week between the 15th of November and the 21st of November. This is a special initiative from the Government of India. This is to give the same treatment, equal treatment, and the best possible treatment to newborns across the entire country. So, keeping in mind this National Newborn Week, I will be today sharing some essential tips to keep your baby safe this winter. We normally worry what sort of clothing do we put for our newborn babies during the winter season. Is there going to be any change in the clothing required or not? It's always necessary to cover the head, the hands, and the feet of a baby, as these are the parts of the body from where there is maximal heat loss for the baby. In case the weather gets any more colder, additional layers of clothing may be required for the baby. In case your baby is uncomfortable, sweating, or irritable, or crying with so many layers of clothes, or you feel that the temperature of the baby is on the warmer side, then it may be necessary to remove a layer or two of the same clothing. Also, do we keep the fan on? Do we keep the AC on? These are common questions we are asked normally. This again depends on the weather where you stay. In case it's very hot, even though it's winter, you can use the fan or you can use an air conditioner. One thing to make sure is that the mother is equally comfortable along with the baby. In case it is very hot and the mother feels the need to use a fan or an AC, she can cover up the baby with additional layers of clothing and cover. So in this way, both the baby and the mother will be comfortable. The feet of the baby should be as warm as the tummy. In case the feet feel very cold or they are blue, then we need to cover the baby with an extra layer of cloth. We can also swaddle the baby, but we should make sure that it is not too tight, as a loose swaddle helps to retain air pockets, which help in maintaining the temperature and warmth for the baby and also allow some movement for the baby. Breastfeeding is one of the best ways to keep your baby warm during the winters. When the mother holds the baby gets the heat and the warmth from the mother, and the baby becomes warm and comfortable. Another thing we are commonly worried in winters is different infections and how do we keep our baby safe during these different infections. The best way to keep your baby safe during any bout or any epidemic or any pandemic is by breastfeeding the baby. When the mother breastfeeds her baby, she passes on a lot of essential antibodies which help in keeping your baby safe and prevent any infection to the baby. Even if the mother is sick or has a fever, or even if she has COVID, she can continue breastfeeding her baby. In these cases, it is important that she maintains essential precautions like wearing a mask whenever she has a very prominent cough or nasal discharge or a fever, and frequent hand washing and hand sanitizing as required. Also, by feeding your baby in a well-ventilated room near the window will help in minimizing the chances of infection from the mother to the baby. The mother may consult her doctor for medications which are compatible for breastfeeding and can be taken by her. So there is no excuse to not feed your baby during sickness unless the mother is medically indicated or she is too tired to feed the baby. Breast milk is the best milk for the baby, helps to provide warmth and immunity for the baby. Apart from that, there are certain other general precautions to be followed which will keep your baby safe during the winter. One is to prevent contact with too many people and avoid taking your baby outside too frequently, especially if there is a pandemic going on or if there are any other infections going on in the local community. If people do have to come home and if they are not well, or if any other family member is not well, including an older sibling, kindly ensure that they sanitize their hands or frequently wash their hands before coming near the baby. Also, in such a situation, wearing a mask will help in preventing transmission of infection from the mother to the baby. So these are a few essential tips which you can do to keep your baby safe this winter. In case the baby needs to be traveling along with the mother, cover the baby, wrap the baby well during travel, and continue to breastfeed. You can consult your doctor for any other precautions that need to be taken during travel. When should you be worried about your baby? In case your baby has a running nose or a thick nasal discharge, along with fever or a very severe cough, then it may be very important that you take your baby to your doctor for checkup. As currently a lot of viral infections are quite common in winter, it is important to make sure your baby has not picked up any of these infections. Occasionally, a newborn may have a light nasal block and may have some difficulty in breathing during the winter, which can be settled with the use of nasal saline drops and adequate positioning and feeding the baby. But in case there is any doubt that the baby is having a fever, or your baby is having a severe cough, or your baby is very irritable or very dull and not able to feed properly, or there is a decrease in the motion and the urine of the baby, then please consult your doctor to make sure that your baby is not too sick. So these are a few essential tips to keep your baby safe this winter. And in case of any more queries, kindly visit our newborn clinics at Narayana Multi-Specialty Centers at Sarjapur Road, Niladri Electronic City, and at Mazumdar Shaw Medical Center. Thank you.